Hey, I'm Anthony Carey with Function First and the Pain-Free Movement Specialist. And today I'm going to share with you not so much an exercise, a corrective exercise, but a little bit more of a strategy where we use one of our corrective exercises. So if you've ever worked with me or you've read the Pain-Free program, you know how rewarding that 90-90, that static back we sometimes call it position is, because it's so relaxing on the spine. And why is that? It's because of the 90-degree angles of both the hip and the knee. So much better than just laying with your legs over the chair. And gravitationally, we just sort of let all the muscles up and down the spine relax, puts everything kind of in neutral, and in general, it feels really good. We don't consider it an exercise. We consider it more of a posture, but it's so good at helping the body sort of down, what we call down regulate, or turn down the volume on all the guarding and the protective, and when we protection, and when we feel a little less discomfort or uncomfortable, our body's more receptive to the exercises. But sometimes when you're out and about and you may have a challenge where some part of your back or your hips are not feeling great, one of the things that may give you the same kind of response, albeit a little bit harder, because we're doing it more vertically, is our wall sit or our air bench. When you think about it, when we get down into this position, we're getting pretty much in the same position that we're at in the 90-90 on the floor. But we get to use our legs to kind of use the wall now as the reference point. So obviously there's work here, which in the long run is good for us. We're putting what we call load through our pelvis and our lower extremity, but we can disengage the back to give it a little bit of relief temporarily. You'll often realize that those of you that have used this as part of your program or have seen it in the pain-free program, that it's towards the end, because again, it is a loaded exercise. But if I'm out and about and I see somebody in an airport or in a restaurant or at a party and they're really kind of having problems with their back, sometimes I might say, hey, come here, get against the wall. And you don't even have to get all the way to 90. You just got to have enough bend in your knees and your hips that you can really get your low back into a position where the low back muscles can sort of relax and they don't have to work as hard, because we're putting a little bit more of the work through a different spot in the legs, and it'll kind of reduce the symptoms temporarily. Obviously, it's not a cure-all, fix-all, but sometimes we just need a little something to get us out of the weeds if we're out and about somewhere. So I hope this was helpful. Remember to stay in touch and subscribe to our videos below. Thanks.